Morning guys, Joel Frank here, market analyst for YouTrading, and we're doing something a little bit different this morning. We're looking at an emerging market currency that's been getting a lot of attention recently. Anybody that's been watching FX markets will probably know which one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Turkish lira, which has been getting absolutely destroyed. So, let's just take a look at the chart and then I'll kind of explain what's been going on. You can see here, this is dollar try the Turkish lira, and it's just been absolutely shooting higher in recent sessions. Like yesterday, well actually no, it was last Friday, for the first time ever, it crossed to the north of 10 liras per dollar. Now it's shot, it just continues to go higher. It's north of 10.50 liras per dollar in the space of 2 days. Okay, so if you kind of zoom out, you can see, I'll go on a weekly actually, you can see that the pace of appreciation has been increasing exponentially. And we've kind of seen this cycle before. We saw it a little bit in the back end of 2018, in the back end of 2020. We saw it back in 2018. And we've seen it on a few other occasions, but in recent years it's been the worst. So what's been going on? Why is the Turkish lira in free fall, and why has this pretty much been the case for the last 10 years really, if you want to look, but it's been really accelerating in the last couple of years. Well, it's all about pretty much the CBRT and their total lack, the CBRT being the Turkish central bank, and their total lack of any credibility, because Turkish President Erdogan basically believes that in order to rein in inflation, you need rate cuts, not rate hikes. That's the opposite. This is the opposite world that he lives in, apparently. Most economists agree that in order to bring down inflation, you need rate hikes. You need to bring interest rates above the inflation rate in the traditional theory to then bring inflation down. Well, Erdogan believes it's the opposite. So for the last couple of years, he's been putting a lot of pressure on the CBRT not to hike rates. And he's, on multiple occasions, I think 3 times in the last 3 years, he's fired the governor of the central bank for not hiking rates. And just more recently, since when did we start rising? Since the start of September, this is about a 30% rally, by the way, since the start of September in dollar try, 30% depreciation for the lira. That has been triggered by the CBRT embarking on a rate cutting cycle. They had rates, I believe they had it before at about 17%. They've now cut it down to 15%, and then there's another rate cut expected this week, despite inflation moving towards 20% in October, very, very close to 20%. So you've got this massive negative real interest rate on Turkish bank deposits that are denominated in lira, because the interest rate is so much lower than the inflation rate. There's no hope that the CBRT is going to get a handle on inflation, because the president will fire any policymakers who want to hike rates to do so. And there's just a lot of fears that Turkey is headed towards hyperinflation as a result, because, obviously when the central bank is making a complete policy mistake and has no credibility, that's the way you're potentially headed. One of the things, just going back to today, one of the things that's been worsening the situation is, since the start of the week, has been surging European gas prices because of geopolitical things, and Germany, there's some hiccup going on with the approval of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. So that's pushed up European gas prices. Turkey is very much dependent on energy imports. So when energy prices go up, that is awful for Turkey, usually results in the lira weakening. And then obviously you've got gas prices going up, you've got the Turkish lira going down. So energy costs in Turkey are just getting that much more expensive, and it just feels like there's this inflationary spiral happening in Turkey, which is why we're seeing this crash pretty much that we're seeing at the moment. Yeah, look, even whilst I've been recording this video, it's gone above 1060. So yeah, could this crash continue? Very much it could. Where's it going to go to? Who knows? Where's it going to come back to? Well, in the past, it's sort of come back and tested support before then pushing on higher again, like in 2018. We sort of came back. We sort of came back to this area. Well, we didn't quite test it, but came back to about, after it broke above 5, came back. This time, broke higher, sort of came back to test that area, just about went below it. So potentially, if the CBRT does start hiking, which who knows if they will, they should. If they were to start hiking, then you could potentially see it come down here. But then what's going to happen if they do start hiking? Well, Erdogan's probably going to fire the governor again, and then in which case you'd see, after the pullback, you'd see it bounce again. But anyway, just thought I'd chat about the lira today because it is an interesting one. Hope you all enjoy the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.